Which of the following explains the mode of action of theophylline in management of COPD and asthma? The options are bronchodilation, augmentation of the diaphragmatic contractility, improved mucociliary clearance, and all of the above. So if we just try to understand the basic pathology or the basic thing behind the COPD and asthma, and the common thing is going to be your bronchoconstriction. There is bronchoconstriction. At the same time, with the bronchoconstriction, there is narrowing of the airway due to mucus secretion, or we can say there is hyperreactivity of the bronchi and there is inflammation in the bronchi as well, right? So irrespective of the condition, COPD or asthma, there will be two symptoms which will be there, that is bronchoconstrictions and inflammation. So now we should talk about the role of the theophylline in the management of the COPD and asthma. So first of all, we should know there is a cyclic AMP that is basically produced from the ATP by an enzyme called as adenyl cyclase, and that particular enzyme produces the CAMP. Now the benefit of this CAMP is that it causes the bronchodilation and it decreases the inflammatory cells or the inflammatory cell mediator. Okay. Now what happens? There are certain enzymes which are known as the phosphodiesterase number 3, 4 and 7. These generally break the CAMP. They break the CAMP into AMP, and this AMP doesn't have this particular function of the bronchodilation and the inflammatory cells. Now, who is the culprit in this? Actual culprit is your phosphodiesterase, because whenever there is asthma or COPD, yes, there will be bronchoconstriction, and there will be more and more inflammatory mediators, right? More and more inflammation will be there. Now, the CMP generally functions to oppose this. Yeah? It will be causing the bronchodilation that will be opposite to bronchoconstriction, and it will be decreasing the inflammatory cells. Now, what PD is doing, this phosphodiesterase generally breaks down the cyclic AMP. Okay, so we don't want this phosphodiesterase to function. Here comes the role of the theophylline. Now, this theophylline generally inhibits the phosphodiesterase 3 and 4, and due to the inhibition of these, the CAMP is not broken down, and that performs the function of the bronchodilation, and the inflammatory cells are decreased. So this is the whole reason why the theophylline is given in the management of COPD and asthma. Now I'll be discussing the other uses of the theophylline, and we'll go through those. First use, yes, the bronchodilation, because in the bronchodilation, what happens due to the presence of CAMP, there will be bronchodilation because it is inhibiting the phosphodiesterase, right? At the same time, it will be decreasing the release of the inflammatory mediators. It will be causing an improved mucociliary clearance, whatever expectorant is there, that will be coming out of the airway, and there will be augmentation of the diaphragmatic contractility. So these are the major functions of the theophylline. So if we just go back and try to understand that, yes, the uses of theophylline, one is going to be the bronchodilation, second is going to be decrease in the inflammatory mediator, third is going to be to activate the respiratory system by improving the diaphragmatic contractility, and at the same time it will be causing the mucociliary clearance. There will be better mucociliary clearance. So answer to this question is going to be the all of the above, because these all are the functions of the theophylline, and that's why it is given in the management of COPD and asthma.